happy to be back with you again today. I'm going to start off with a little housekeeping. Hey, go to lonewolfbodywear.com and get your Love and Me shirt. I'm wearing mine today. Get yours. We have a variety of colors, and we have a special for our podcast listeners for $10. So go get yours and use the promo code podcast or Lovin Sheila. Now, our podcast here, was founded on loving ourselves and taking care of ourselves and so forth. And the foundation of doing that is making sure that we have established firm boundaries, so we can enhance our life. That is the purpose of boundaries, to enhance our life. And ever so often, I certainly need to kind of fine tune that because I get a little loosey goosey with some things, and maybe I'm starting to feel a little infringement upon my boundaries. And so, just like I have to tune up, I was listening to my previous podcast, Returning to Boundaries, earlier today. And now it's been about a year since then. And I feel that we have to tune up. On that episode, I was talking about when you don't have boundaries and you're not communicating, how there's the possibility you can get steamrolled and how it doesn't feel good. And anytime your boundaries are not respected, it certainly is a feeling that we don't appreciate. It doesn't feel good to us. And so we want to make sure that those are firmly established, because part of this whole thing is making sure that we feel good. I mean, everything's not going to be great all the time, but we can certainly make sure that we take care of ourselves. And today I was driving, I was thinking, and I was like, I had this declaration, and I wrote it down. I had this declaration, and it sounds pretty bitter, and I'll share it with you. It says, I'm no longer sacrificing my wellness for others. I give what I give. And I was thinking, if I posted something like that, folks would say, who are you mad at? Or something, who offended you? And I was thinking, I'm not offended. Actually, what happens is I'm not mad at anyone. But when I sacrifice my wellness and my well-being for others, I find that I'm a little angry with myself. And because I'm taking care of myself, I have to make sure that I establish those boundaries, because at the end of the day, when all is said and done and everyone else has what they have or have what they want, I'm the one sitting here thinking like, that wasn't what I wanted. And so that's why it's really important to establish boundaries and to make sure that you're doing what you want to do. That's kind of been my mantra lately. I don't do what I don't want to do. I do what I want to do. And, some people may be upset, maybe, who knows, but it's very important because I'm trying to manage me. And in the past, I've been really hard on myself and I haven't had a lot of compassion on me. And so I have to understand that it's important that I am compassionate with me, that I give me what I want, and I'm taking care of myself. And so that's the foundation that I'm trying to operate within. And it's not being selfish, and it's not being selfless. It's being, I'd say, self-aware and caring for myself. So one of the things that I always say is, you can do all the work, but you never know if the work is working until you have to apply it. Meaning I can stay in my room and study and read and do whatever I do, thinking I'm doing the work and work on me and analyze and make sure I'm self-aware. But until I'm in this world, until I'm relating to other people, I never really know if the work is working, because when I get along perfectly with myself and there's no other stimuli around. But it's when I have to apply it and deal with other people that it's challenged. And someone was telling me the other day that someone told them that if they were ever to be in a relationship or married and it didn't work out, 95% sure that it would be because of the other person, because they've done the work. And I thought that was very naive, because I feel like you will never know until it's challenged, until it's questioned, until it's provoked. And then you see what's in you. Is all the work, and all the resolve that you think you have, is it present when it has to be fleshed out? So, you never know what you'll do until you're placed in a position. So I'm humble enough and wise enough to know that you never know what you can expect from yourself. So I've done the work, but of course some things could be hidden, and they've come up. Things that have been hidden have come up, and they've been excavated. So as well as the me that I was trying to get when I wanted myself, and I said, let's dig it up and let's see who we are. There's also some things that I prefer did not exist, but they show up as I'm living this life. But what I want to do and what I want from all of us is that we exercise our life in a free fashion, exercising our freedom, knowing who we are, and recognizing our autonomy, and bringing that into any type of relationship that we have, whether it be with an employer, a child, a spouse, boyfriend, or girlfriend, and just be free and be free to love. Because one of the things I have to remind myself of, and that Dr. Cloud reminded me of, is love is constant. So no matter what the topsy turviness is of the situation, the love remains constant. And love, true love, is unconditional. It's so no matter if I'm having one of those days where those things that I don't want in me show up, those who love me, because love is unconditional, those who truly love me will kind of work with me through that, and we'll resolve it and get through it. And so one of the distinctions that was made, what I want to get to, is the difference in giving love. One thing that I pondered throughout my life and relationships is the difference. I didn't ponder this, but I didn't, because I didn't understand it. But now, the difference between giving in and succumbing to pressure and wants without freedom. Someone expects this from you. You're in a relationship with them, and you don't have you feel as if you don't have a choice. There's no freedom in that, and so you kind of give in, you acquiesce so that you can get along, and after a period of time, certainly resentment will build. And so we need to understand the difference from giving in and giving, because giving is done freely, it's done unconditionally, it's done from your heart, it's done because you want to, it's done because you've been given a safe place to give, a safe place to love, a safe place to um, forward, or to exercise your love and your passion, or whatever you have. So understand, we don't want someone with us because they're giving in and they're like, okay, I know this is what Sheila wants, I'm just going to do this and make her happy or make her shut up, whatever. You want them to be in a place where, and this is both ways, you want both of you to be in a place where you're giving love, and you're giving it because you're free and not because you're under some type of compulsion. And so I think that helps us to manifest a better love, a truer love, a more loving love, and a love that remains constant and not resentful. And I think that's something that we can all take away from this, is just to be in a place where we give love. Like the things that I do for my son, I do them without compulsion, without pressure, without anything, just because it's something that I want to do or I desire to do for him. And I think that's the same type of love that should go into a romantic love, or as I talked about before, an Eros love. We don't want to give in. We don't want to be under pressure. Love is not pressure. Love is not a pressure cooker. Love is patient, it's kind. We want to do things in that type of vein, in a way that wants us to give. Just like the Bible says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only son. All right. So that's what happens when you love, you give. You don't give in, you give. And so that's what I want to share with you today. Make sure that you're not under any type of compulsion, and that you're doing things freely and you're exercising your free will so that you can love yourself and be more complete in your relationships. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next Lovin Sheila, the podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share.